But like, I don't know. I haven't seen evidence. Maybe I'm just completely out of the loop, and I'm ready and willing to learn if someone can just show me evidence that public schools are teaching children that this country was founded, like the foundation of this country is racism, and that we're all racist, we're all either oppressed or oppressors. Like, I want to see it. And don't say like, oh, I heard that this school is doing this or that. Don't send me a Daily Caller article on it. I want to see the actual curriculum that's being taught in a public school, in grade school. No one's shown me that. I haven't been
Yeah.
able to find it.
So before I go into what my kids brought home from school one day, I want to show you something that I caught on Nickelodeon. I have a short video about this, but this blew my mind because again, when people like Airhead Anna Pinocchio their way around these issues, they'll say first they'll say show me CRT being taught in school. Then she immediately moves the goalpost to by showing me some extreme radical example that is likely hard to point down to teach kids. Again, we're not talking about that. We're talking about CRT, the entirety of it. But before I get into it being in my kids' school, I wanted to show how it's been in mainstream media. Again, things that I have to now monitor and involve myself in when parents and people ask me, why do you talk to your kids about a microaggression and say all that stuff about what it really actually means? This is why I have to explain to my kids what a microaggression is.
It's time for a tough topic. Microaggressions.
We discovered that Miss A assigned our reports on American heroes based on our ethnicity.
So sorry you're going through this.
What Miss A did is called a microaggression. What's that? It's when someone says or does something that's hurtful because of your race or ethnicity. It's scary to talk to a teacher about something like this.
You shouldn't have to. I'm going to go down there and tell that teacher what's up.
All right, so this is the book that my 9-year-old brought home. A Good Kind of Trouble by Lisa Ramee. Let's read the back of this book and see what 9-year-olds learn about in public schools today. 12-year-old Shayla is allergic to trouble. All she wants to do is follow the rules. But in junior high, it's like all the rules have changed. Now she's suddenly questioning who her best friends are. And some people at school are saying she's not black enough. Wait, what? And I'm not putting that, that's in there. Wait, what? Shay's sister, Hannah, is involved with Black Lives Matter, but Shay doesn't think that's for her. After experiencing a powerful protest, though, Shay decides some rules are worth breaking. She starts wearing an armband at school in support of Black Lives Movement. Soon, everyone is taking sides and she is given an ultimatum. Now, people often ask me, why do I talk to my kids about Black Lives Matter? Why do I talk to my kids about history or Trump or the economy? Why do I talk to my kids about microaggressions? Because leftists are shoving their Marxist CRT garbage down my kids' throats in schools, in a video about Disney, bringing up racism and sexist microaggressions. So, Anna, is that CRT related? Is that college material enough for you? Is that suitable for my 9 and 6-year-olds to be learning in a public school? The reasons I talk to my kids about Black Lives being matter is it's racist, it hates black males, it wants to defer all individual rights to Marxist governments, to walk in communism. It's because in schools now, on commercials, TV and YouTube ads, you shove your leftist Marxist propaganda in my face and the face of my kids. I am that bulwark between my kids and that nonsense, and I take my job very seriously. I love it. So let's go on to read more CRT lessons being taught to my kids in Lisa Ramee's book, A Good Kind of Trouble. This next scene I'll lay out, the teacher is asking the class, including the antagonist, about the individual that the school is named after, as the kids were supposed to have done some assignment and studied about him. No one answered until the antagonist, Shayla, does. When she does, the teacher's actually pleased, but slightly displeased, that Shayla didn't mention the guy was an abolitionist, to which the antagonist then assumes it's because she's black that she the teacher had said that. But maybe the teacher is disappointed in all of them, but most of all her, because she's smart and capable and allegedly read on the man, then things like that should maybe have stood out to anybody who read the material. So perhaps the teacher just doubts that she read the material, but let's read the actual book. I slump in my seat and start picking at a tiny blob of ink stuck on my desk. I hate when a teacher assumes that just because I'm black, I'll know all about slavery and civil rights and stuff like that. I'm the only black student in the class, so I know everyone's staring at me, trying to see if I have bat wings or hairy armpits. Like being black is a whole different species. So moving on a little bit later, after no one answers her, Ms. Jacobs says, "If you don't have anything to write about, watch the news. There have been a lot of stories lately that are important. Race factoring into police activity is something you should pay attention to." I feel like Ms. Jacobs is just talking to me again, and it makes my whole face get hot. Mommy and Daddy were talking last night about how a police officer is going to go on trial because he shot a black man when he was walking to his car. The video of him getting shot got played over and over online. I sure don't want to observe that anymore. All right, so perhaps the teacher is surprised and disappointed that the material didn't stress that. Perhaps she knew, for example, that the book gave those as examples and is disappointed that you didn't pick it up. Maybe she knew, for example, that the book says the gentleman is known for X, Y, and Z, and you gave X and Y, but not Z. But when you're a racist, you view the world through the lens of racism. Someone can't be disappointed in how smart you are and having missed something. Someone can't be disappointed that you should do and know better. No. It's because you're black. That's what that whole lesson in the book is. Fostering a racist environment at home creates weak-willed, antagonistic racists with inferiority complex. This is the end result of CRT. Let me help show you this, but the book helps. So let's get on to the next part. This one's good too. So at this part, just to paint the scene, Shayla, the antagonist, is walking in on her mother's book club. And again, super inclusive because it's all black. Okay? So when they're talking, one of the book club members says, "Do you have any black teachers this year?" Dr. Walters asks. "Everyone in Mama's book club is black, and they're always asking me stuff like this." When told no, the response is, Figures it would be a gym teacher, because again, when the affirmative response for a black person having a job in education is given, the response is that you should judge them based on whether a black person should or shouldn't be doing that profession. I'm adding that part. So again, when you are a racist, born of racists, raised by racists to be racists, and think the entire world is racists, you will see race first. If someone helps you when you fall, it's not because they're a good person or because they wanted to help. It wasn't because they saw that you were in need. It wasn't because they had love in their heart. They went to help you because they hate you because you're black. That's why they helped you, according to CRT. Because they only thought you needed help because you're black and only thought you could only be helped by a white. That's what CRT will teach you. So what you have here is a racist environment promoting racism, fostering a racist girl named Shayla, who's supposed to be the protagonist of this book. Now, she's so scared of police, teachers, white people, information, help, the news, praise, anything being looked at, because the first thing that she's going to think is, this person is only focused on me because I'm black. Now I just need to figure out how and why they hate me for that and what they're trying to exploit from me. There's no evidence of that, but I know it. It's there because Mom and Dad and the book club and media all tell me that. Now, I often say we view the world through the lenses of our own biases. If you are raised in a home where what is normalized is violence, racism, hate, thievery, silence, that is normalized to you, and that is what you think is normal in the world. And then you see not being those things as odd or wrong or deceptive. So you know all these people are racist or violent or liars just like you. They're just hiding it really well. They use all these different coded languages, or they're doing it subconsciously, but you know it's there because mom and dad and news and media and commercials and ads all tell you that the racism is there, especially when you don't see it. That's when it's the worst, most prevalent. When you don't see any of it there, that's the worst white supremacy. When it's not even affecting anybody. No one. It's like a landmine. So now back to TYT. You view the world through the lens of your own biases. Most of you think that people are probably good because you're mostly good people. Mostly bad people think that people are mostly bad. White Fragility is a book written by a woman whose family, friends, loved ones, lovers, people she willingly accepted and included into her life were all white racists. So she's a white racist. So she thinks all families, especially white ones, are racist because the lens that she views the world through is being raised in a white racist family, and thus we all are the same as her. She's guilty and wants to project that onto me and my kids and your kids. This vacuum bag on TYT is a Latina or Latinx, whatever she would identify as now. She's going to say something right now, and I'm going to tell you what she is saying first. Then I'm going to play the words that are coming out of her mouth so you can hear her blame you for how racist and sexist her family is. And then she's going to say that you and I need to change how racist and sexist we are because she knows how racist and sexist we are because her family and friends and loved ones and people she surrounds herself with are racist sexists. That's what she's saying. Now listen to the words she says. But before we do, I want to include in the first part Anna's spewing nonsense, and I'm going to put a little factoid up there that you should really check out that is a clue about self-awareness and tells you how important it is to be self-aware when you say things. Cheers.
I'm losing my mind tonight because of how stupid the majority of the country is. Stupid. I'm losing my mind tonight because of I'm losing my mind tonight. The majority of the country. I'm losing my mind tonight. How stupid the majority of the country is. Stupid. 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 Stupid.
Yeah, it's a self-hate is real when it comes to women, and I don't think people, I keep saying it over and over again, and people were like, oh, you're on this soapbox, this feminism soapbox. As a Latina woman, I tell you, I've heard it over and over again in my family, there's no way a woman can run the country. Really? We're in a household, we are raising a large percentage of the country as single mothers. We have to budget money that we don't have. We raise people that go get post-secondary educations. How is it that we cannot run a country? They have brainwashed these women. When you hear those women, when they go out and they interview those Trump supporters, I just don't trust her. I just don't trust her. And I'm with you. I don't respect women, specifically who voted for a man who is going to be on trial for sexually assaulting a child, a pedophile.
Yeah.
Like, let's talk about grown-ass women who, because what did Dave Chappelle say?
I think that charge has got dropped. I mean, I think she's not going to pursue it.